In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 insanely advanced ancient technologies. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are going to examine several examples of ancient technology that was either far more sophisticated than the majority of its contemporaries or even superior to what we have available to us now. Number 10. Greek fire. In spite of the fact that the phrase Greek fire is frequently used to refer to any type of incendiary weapon, the Greek fire that was established by the Byzantine Empire was genuinely something distinct and was utilized mostly on ships. Greek fire, sometimes known as sea fire, was a material that could be fired through pressurized nozzles or siphons onto enemy ships, where it would then ignite the ships. Despite the fact that it utilized a highly innovative delivery system, the fact that Greek fire could not be quenched by water was what set it apart from other types of fire. We still don't truly know what it was made of because its precise composition was such a well-guarded secret that no one was allowed to discuss it. Number 9. Hofeng Didong-yi. This remarkable contraption was built by the ancient Chinese genius Chong Hang, whose name literally translates as instrument for gauging seasonal winds and earth motions. This remarkable device was created by Chong Hang, a forerunner to present-day seismic scopes. His design resembled a bronze urn and was powered by a pendulum and cranks that dropped a ball in one of 8 directions, each of which indicated the direction of an earthquake. As a result, the government was able to promptly give relief to populations affected by natural disasters. It was noteworthy for the time because the Hofeng Didong-yi could detect earthquakes hundreds of miles away, even if locals did not feel tremors. This capability allowed it to detect earthquakes even in the absence of tremors. Number 8. Hypocaust. Central heating is a relatively recent innovation, or is it the hypocaust was a form of primitive central heating invented by the ancient Greeks and later adopted by the Romans, meaning underburned hypocausts were created with furnaces built under buildings, which fed smoky hot air into a space built between the ceiling of the lower room and the floor of the upper one with pipes and outlets used to heat walls and upper floors. Central heating is a relatively recent innovation, or is it the hypocaust was a form of primitive central. Although they were utilized in some private residences, their maintenance required a great deal of labor and was typically carried out by slaves. As a result, they were more commonly found in public buildings such as temples and baths. Number 7. Unartic discs. Unartic discs are compasses that were utilized by the Vikings for the purpose of navigation. These compasses were named after the town in Greenland where the first one was discovered. The legendary mariners and raiders used these discs in conjunction with sunstones, which were crystals made of calcite, in order to navigate even when the sun was obscured by clouds or below the horizon. However, the latter method was probably used less frequently because they frequently sailed above the Arctic Circle, where the sun almost never sets during certain times of the year. Even if they were not entirely accurate, the Vikings were able to navigate with a degree or two of precision thanks to the use of discs and stones, which was unquestionably ahead of its time. Number 6. Ancient metal plating. They are not constructed with the same quality as they once were. They actually are unable to. Many methods of metal plating and gilding that were used in the past were vastly more effective than those that are used today. Ancient metalworkers were able to cover their metals with films of gold and silver in ways that we don't fully understand, which resulted in works of art that were both beautiful and long-lasting. In addition, certain artifacts, such as the iron pillar that is located in Delhi, India, have remained intact and free of rust for the past 1,600 years. This is because they were built with phosphorus, which serves as a superior undercoating to the ones that are available today. Number 5. Steam-powered pigeon. Archytas was a Greek philosopher and polymath who is credited with the creation of a bird-like device that was powered by steam. This device was a hollow wooden contraption that was attached to a source of steam. Archytas is known as the father of polymaths. This pigeon was pressurized to the point where it could be thrown through the air. As a result, it was able to fly for a distance of around 100 meters. In addition to being an early example of steam power, some people have referred to Archytas' invention as being one of the first flying machines or even one of the first robots. Archytas' invention was also an early example of steam power. Number 4. The Lycurgus cup. A cup hardly constitutes a technological advancement, correct? They have the intriguing potential to evolve. The Lycurgus cup is an antique Roman cup with the ability to change color depending on the lighting and, possibly, the material contained within. This effect is generated by nanoparticles of gold and silver embedded in the glass, revealing that the Romans invented a fundamental kind of nanotechnology more than a millennium ago. In addition, the Lycurgus cup may be more advanced than the current technology used to differentiate between the various substances contained in water, and it has inspired scientists to model their own experiments after it. Even though we consider ourselves to be serious drinkers today, the Romans took drinking to a level well beyond our own. Number 3. Ancient Chinese drills and gas pipelines. It may appear like drilling into the depths of the earth is a relatively new human undertaking. Nonetheless, China has been doing so for approximately 2,000 years. The ancient Chinese bore into the ground not for oil but for salt, which was unusual in the interior of the country. In order to locate it buried beneath, they developed very sophisticated drilling technology that could reach several hundred feet underground, as well as a variety of drill bits that could be utilized for a variety of reasons. During their excavations, they uncovered pockets of methane, which, along with the seawater, they collected and transported using bamboo tubes. Number 2. Hero's robotic cart. Alexandria's unnamed hero or heroine was, in many respects, the Leonardo da Vinci of the 1st century. He invented many things that were hundreds of years ahead of their time, including automatic doors and even a vending machine that was operated by a coin. A programmed cart, which some people claim to be one of the early robots, was one of his most spectacular creations, and it's arguable that it's one of the best examples of his work. However, literal strings were used in the programming of the cart rather than code strings. This gave it the ability to turn, move forwards and backwards, and move side to side. Number 1. The Antikythera mechanism. This strange contraption was actually an analog computer constructed of bronze and roughly the size of a clock from ancient Greece. It was named after the island off the shore where it was first discovered. Thanks to the Antikythera mechanism, the Greeks were aware of the locations of the planets, the phases of the moon, and the constellations years in advance. This system could be used to identify the positions of stars. In addition, it may track the Fourier cycle that games like the Olympiad adhere to. The device utilized complicated clockwork, the likes of which were not seen again until the 14th and 15th centuries, and its invention predates the majority of modern computers by at least 2,000 years. What are your thoughts on this video? Tell us in the comments down below. If you find this video informative, like it and subscribe to our channel.